then, bro?
Yeah, it's good. It's fucking sick. Obviously, we haven't done a pod since Witch, because Witch only came out on Friday.
Yeah.
How are we feeling?
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, good start so far.
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
It's of the three, I think it's my favorite so far. But feedback-wise, it's not been like that. Some people prefer some of the different songs. We've been getting some interesting feedback on a few things.
Yeah. Well, we have quite a different range in our arsenal, don't we? And I think that we've got a lot of fans who are veering more towards the song-structured songs, you know, stuff with hooks. This one obviously doesn't have a hook throughout the whole thing, so...
Yeah, it's a bit different. But I think from my perspective as like the artist, sonically, the production is just unreal. And I think pretty decent writing as well. Feels weird to have the glueless pod.
Yeah, strange.
The latheless podcast.
No caustic energy.
Yeah, and also sitting, I'm
Like
normally
this.
used to being there.
Yeah.
I feel much more involved in the conversation now.
Really? Except before you were just sort of like a silent, what did you call it? A silent arbiter?
Yeah.
Is that the right word?
Perhaps. Silent
Who knows?
partner. Silent arbitrator. I have no idea. But this one, because Lath's not around, I thought I would take the lead on it a little bit.
Nice, sick.
And I've got...
I'm glad, because I was considering doing that last night as well.
Yeah, just like working some
But
stuff
then I
out.
thought we might both be doing that.
Yeah, so I thought we could do a little, so I've got some questions that maybe we can discuss
Great, let's do it.
between me and you. I was thinking we do like, Mr. and Mrs. where they sit back to back and then a question is asked and you like lift the shoe. But for the audio listeners, that would be totally pointless.
Is that what they do, Mr. and Mrs.? They lift the shoe?
Yeah, I think it's like a wedding thing. So it's like husband and wife, they sit back to back and it's like, who takes the longest to get ready? And then you've got your shoe and then the wife's shoe. And then you put up who you think it is as the answer. And then the idea is it's like, if you both put the same thing, it's like you're on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
It's just like a bit of fun.
See.
But it would be totally
Well,
cool.
I was saying it would be good to do the whiteboards, wouldn't it? Like, how well do you know GRAYD? And
Yeah.
that'd be sick. We'll do that next time.
Yeah. Like when's his birthday? I'm like, come on, MAYFLY. You should
We're
know.
just going to be doxing all our personal information.
Yeah.
What's his mother's maiden name?
Yeah.
What was his
Literally.
first pet called?
Street he grew up on, school he went to.
Yeah.
I know most of them. I don't actually know the name of your primary school. Don't tell me now. We don't need to know.
I don't think I know the name of yours either.
Yeah. There's a few details. I've been speaking to people about this, and it's funny how this is so different between what girls know about their good friends and what guys know about their good friends.
Well, yeah, it's like girls will come back from... A guy will come back from the pub seeing all his boys, and the girl will be like, how's so-and-so getting on? How's the new job? How's his missus? And all of the answers to all the questions will be, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Didn't speak about that.
Trust. I have good mates where I'm like, I don't even know what they do.
Yeah, haven't done
I don't
for
know what their
years.
job is.
It's way too late to be asking them.
Yeah, it's like, bro, I've only known you for like 15 years.
Listen, what is it you actually do then? It's like, I've been talking to you about this for 15 years, bro.
Yeah, that's so mental. It's beyond the point of no return. It's like when you meet someone at a party or you've met them a few times but you just can't remember their name, and it's like,
oh, you mean mate?
yeah, exactly.
I know him well, bro.
And if you don't ask them immediately, like the first time, tell me what your name is again, like sorry I forgot, or the second time, then it's too late.
Yeah.
It's like on the third meeting, it's like
It's
you,
way
you
too late.
You should know this person's name by now.
It's like in Friends when Toby, I called him Toby myself. When Chandler, someone thinks he's called Toby, and he just doesn't correct him for like 5 years. He's like, it's 5 years later, I'm still Toby.
Yeah, it's so peak. And people pronounce my name wrong all the time, and I correct them straight away. But then if they pronounce it wrong again, I'm a bit like, that's it, it's gone.
Really?
Yeah, some people at work still call me something else.
Do you not give white man the benefit of the doubt?
Of course, I always do. But I think my name is bare easy, bro. Like out of all the Arab names, I feel like my name is quite easy to say.
Yeah, but I don't think Arab names are actually that difficult, to be fair.
Yeah.
Are they? Like, I think Arab names are more sort of straightforward. You have a lot of like Sri Lankan names, for example, which is quite tough.
We're here like 5 years later, still saying man's name.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm going on a stag this weekend, and obviously it's Sug's stag, and a lot of his boys are Tamils as well, and everyone's been putting their names into the group chat for like passports and stuff and like bookings.
Yeah, it's
and I'm
mental.
looking at these man's full names, and I'm like, fucking hell, bruv. It's a lot going on here. It's like every letter in the alphabet I'm looking at
it's
right
wild.
now.
It is wild. It is wild.
Yeah, it's jokes. It's just interesting how like different cultures have like different things going on.
Different cultures and different things.
Yeah. Who would have thunk it,
Who
bro?
would have thunk it?
Who would have thought, bro? Who would have thought? So, yeah, I mean, there's a few different questions.
I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. I'm in.
I don't know if we're gonna just spitball quick answers or whatever. And I guess it applies for both of us as well, because it's not just like I'm asking you questions. You know,
No.
you can ask me if you want to ask me the same question back. You can. But the first few questions, well, the first two are kind of like linked. So I was trying to remember when we first started making tunes together, like when it was, and I remembered it was, okay, it was the post-Napa thing. We had just come back and we had started making the stuff on GarageBand. But was it from that point that we thought we could start making music together, or was there something that happened before that where we thought, oh, you could produce and I rap, and there was maybe like oh, this could be a thing? I can't remember.
Yeah. So there was one time where we had a few of the lads back to my house. I think my dad was away or something, and so it was like me, you, Michael Bleep, Dacian Bleep. Who else? Billy Bleep. Maybe Sam has the Bleep. And you had just been doing a lot of freestyling with your uncle. You'd been chilling with your uncle quite a lot and freestyling, and you'd sent me. We weren't really boys yet. We were kind of boys, but this was what, like, this would have been year 11, I think. This would have been year 11. And you'd been doing some freestyle, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And I started inviting you to hang out with our boys, and we had a similar vested interest in something.
Yeah.
So we all used to go and hang out. You can fill in the gaps there, but we always used to go and hang out. And there was a time where you had put me onto Chuck English. I always remember this so clearly. You'd put me onto Chuck English a bit before this, and I'd taken in the Work In, Work Out album, which was sick. Just a big load of instrumentals, like very simple, like summary instrumentals. And I'd been taking that in, and then you came round, and I was like, let's do a freestyle. And I like filmed you, and I put on one of the Chuck English beats, and I had it, and then I put it on my SoundCloud for some reason. Like Chuck English and GRAYD, it's like, that's dog.
Yeah,
I guess that was my first sort of like little taste of being a producer.
Yeah, sick. Wow, that's mad. So you A&R'd a song there.
yeah. With a beat which you must have showed me before.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah. And I remember from that moment, I was like, this is really sick. And then as a result of that connection, you, Dae Hyun Bleep, Sam Hasler Bleep, and Ben Bleep, and you and I joined a little band together for the end of... Was it end of year 11? It must have been.
No, it would have been... Wait, oh...
It was...
it wasn't general studies for AS.
Oh, general studies would have been for AS, but this wasn't in general studies.
It wasn't... Was it not the...
It wasn't part...
Are we talking gig night?
Yeah, it wasn't linked.
Didn't we do the performance of Gorgeous
at Tiffin Girls' School?
Yeah, was that not for general studies end of thing thingy?
I'm pretty sure it wasn't, because if you think about it, we weren't in a band with the girls.
Yeah, I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
I just
anyway,
thought it was a talent
year
show.
11, year 12, whatever
Yeah.
it was. But we linked up again, went to mine, and I remember that there's a little wooden coffee table which still has all these
the
all these holes
indentations.
in it,
Yeah.
because they Hyun Bleep just was drumming on the table.
Yeah.
And then at the end of it, I looked at it and I was like, fuck.
Yeah, my dad's gonna be pissed.
Yeah, just put like placemats over it for like months and months. But anyway, we joined a little band together. We only banded together for one song.
And one song only.
One song only, and it was Gorgeous by Kanye West.
Yeah.
And so I did the
Yeah, too sick. And you were proper like soloing as well. You were like having a sick time with it.
Yeah, it was sick. I don't know why no one took a video of that.
Yeah, it's peak that no one has any footage of that.
Because that would be sick. Like 16-year-old me and you with a couple other legends, a couple other school friends. Yeah, just doing Gorgeous, which was a sick time. So I think those two, and then the third being when we actually went to Napa and I had that like mini awakening thing, and it was basically something telling me like you can just do this as well. You can just make music as well, basically. And then on the plane on the way home, we discussed it there, and then got back and just started producing on GarageBand.
Yeah, the worst songs ever.
The worst songs ever, and then just gradually It's been a long process.
Yeah. When do you think? Because this is like a follow-up question. When do you think we went from just making shit songs to like the first song we made where it was like, okay, this could actually be a thing?
Gremlins. I thought about this the other day. I thought about this because on the live on Sunday when you weren't here, I went a bit rogue and everyone was loving it. They were like, we're never going to get another live like this again. They were like, Dom's gone rogue. And I was just like on the SoundCloud, like playing like, I played Used To by me and Christy.
Oh, sick.
I played just some really old things. But I clocked Gremlins and I was like, because I can remember we were so gassed about that song. We were like, this is a fucking hit. This is amazing. And then I listened to it back and it sounds really small and tinny. And it's so badly recorded and your delivery is not good as well. But I remember that being the first thing that we produced on Ableton. Because it would have been the first proper hip-hop beat we produced on Ableton.
Yeah.
And then recorded it in Ableton with using a proper like mic and everything. So I think it would have been Gremlins. And Laith, the glue, will still ask us about Gremlins. He's like, he loves this song still.
Yeah, he really wants us to release that. And to be fair, I mean, I think if we decided like, oh, let's find this beat, well, we won't find it because it's on an old laptop. But if we thought, let's re-up this thing, we could make it into a mad sick song. But there's no need to.
No, there's
no need
to. Sometimes what do they say? Let sleeping dogs lie.
And I also think...
Is that the right way to use that phrase?
To me, it makes sense.
Okay, cool.
So we'll go for it. And I think it works, some songs just work in the context of the time that it was. And like, I think if we were to try and make something like that now, it might not necessarily be... Like, I don't think it would make sense for us to do something like that now because it was very much that era and how we were producing. You don't really produce like that anymore. I don't really write like that anymore. So yeah, it's just one of those.
I was listening even to the drum beat. It's like it's not even a beat pattern I recognize anymore. It was proper like boom bap. It was like boom, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum.
But you were making lots of stuff like that. Like
Yeah,
I remember
guess
like
so.
Background and
Like really old school stuff.
Yeah.
Like basically paying homage to Dilla, basically all those beats.
Well, I think when you start doing stuff, and I mean, the same applies for me with rapping, it's like you don't start as yourself, like a fully actualized MAYFLY or a fully actualized GRAYD. You start as just an imitator of things that you like.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
true.
I used to rap in a fucking American accent, like desperately trying to be Kanye or trying to be like one of these guys or like Snoop or something. And over time, you find your voice and you find your sound and you start being more yourself. And that must have been the same with your production. You know, just paying homage to the producers that you listen to that you're like, yeah, I mean, if I could make a song like this one, that I would be better gassed with that. Yeah. And then you find your style over time.
Over time, having the confidence to be able to do stuff yourself, basically.
Yeah.
Do stuff on your own.
100%. So along a similar vein, I mean, we already spoke about how those original songs on GarageBand weren't great. But do you think we've made something where we've like really worked on it in Ableton, we've like recorded it, we've worked on it for a while, that we both secretly didn't like? Or do you think there's a song now that we look back on and we're like, okay, yeah, we're never going to release that?
What do you mean? One that we've got on Ableton, like a newer one, which was still in contention?
Or like across the past however many years that we've been working together, we've got songs and there's like songs that we've written and recorded and then we listen back and we're a bit like, yeah, I don't think that one's going to come out.
There's quite a few of them, to be fair. Like I listened to One which we were so gassed about making at the time and just felt like, rah, we've got this thing was Car Keys, GRAYD on a B-Day Wave.
Yeah.
You were into like guitar. We've spoken about this briefly before, but you were into guitar samples at the time. It was your birthday. I was like, let's go produce.
Yeah, trust.
Let's go get mashed and produce. And I found a little guitar sample and made it. I played that for the guys on, but it just sounds so different to anything else.
Did it have my vocals on it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, jokes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I can't believe you just fucking played all these shit raps.
Yeah. They're all good. Someone said one of the things I played was the best song we have, and I was like, fuck, we should have just stopped 5 years ago then.
Yeah. Well, I still think that some of the older stuff that I've written and some of the older stuff you've produced is still really good, but our ability to finish a song now and to like polish a song now is much better. It's like an uncut gem, do you know what I mean? Some of the old stuff, especially songs like Shade. I think that song in particular,
Shade's sick.
sonically is incredible. The production on it is really good. I think the writing on it is really good, and it's just we need to.
Yeah,
at some point we need to finish that.
People were proper loving Shade.
Yeah, sick. Okay, more. I've just got loads of these questions.
Great. Keep them going.
Who do you think is harder to work
Not that
with?
question.
Nice. Who do you think is harder to work with, like me or you? Like from the other person's perspective.
Probably me.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, 100%. I think so, because I'll just be in a. You're very level, whereas I need to be in the right headspace for whatever we're doing. I can force myself to do it quite easily. Like once we're on a roll, I can do it, but up until then, if I feel a certain way, I feel like I'll be a bit more stubborn. Whereas you're just a bit more like, okay, cool, we'll do that. We'll just go with it. So I imagine it would be me.
That's fair.
And also, you're, even with the way that you operate in terms of delivering or write or laying down your bars, you're always pretty just sort of like in the middle. You'll never come in and there's like, oh, today's like oh my God, that was the best take you've ever done, but then we don't hear a good one for like 5 takes or something. It's just like everything is like 90% or more, you know? And it feels like you don't really get too emotional with it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I think on the emotional part, there probably were times in the past. Like I distinctly remember being in not a good way at like silly o'clock in the morning, walking home from like a night out and sending you a horrendously long voice note where I was really upset.
I wake up and it was like 17 minutes.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. And I was like really upset. So I think there's probably been moments where I've been much more difficult to work with. And I also think I'm probably out of, like the three of us in particular, I feel like I'm the dickhead of the group. Like I'm like the not fun one when it comes to the stuff. Like you and Laith are like the fun, creative, like, yeah, we've got these ideas and this, and I come home and I'm like,
no,
guys,
no,
you need
no.
we need to do this and you should have done this and blah, blah, blah. So I think it's probably from the creative process. Yes, I think I agree with what you said about how you need the right environment and the right balance to do things. I think in the overall business perspective, I think I'm probably way more annoying, but that's interesting. That was very interesting, and it's nice that we have the opportunity to reflect.
Yeah, definitely. But I also think that it's a good thing if you are going to be annoying on a business sense or an overarching look. It's like that's an important trait for us to have. Wouldn't say it's annoying.
Yeah, I mean it's just part of the job, right?
Yeah.
Someone's got to push it in one way.
Like responsible.
Love it.
Responsible GRAYD.
Come on, that's what they used to call me.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's responsible GRAYD on the beat.
Responsible GRAYD, aka financial grade.
Financial grade.
That's funny. Sick. Okay, and in a similar kind of vein, talking about difficulties, is there anything about my creative process, or is there something that you think I do that's like holding me back from being a better artist or a better member of the team?
You just need to write more music. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it, because I naturally am making so many beats at the moment, and it's like it's not for the sake of getting the beats. It's more often than not, it's for practice as well. You know, like it's helping me shape. And I think that it can only serve you well just to always be practicing, and not even if they're not going to get released or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
And just having excitement for it, really.
I think that's my big. I think I need to decouple the idea of writing to get better from writing to make a song.
Yeah.
And I think I've got a problem with, oh, I need the beat to be perfect because I want the song concept to be perfect, because if I'm going to write this, I'm going to write it and I want it to be like, I want it to go out. And like some of the best stuff that I've written has been because there's a really strong concept, I'm in love with the beat, and those songs are the ones that have kind of stood the test of time, where we're like, yeah, none of these songs can be lost. You know, I'm talking basically all the stuff of Love is a Drug. I'm talking Lament, Dark Water, like those kind of ones where I really leaned into the concept. And that's good because it makes for good songs. But then at the same time, it's like, what, I can't just write something just to get better at writing. So I think I do definitely need to work on that. I don't think there's anything that you do which is bad creatively. I think you've massively developed the skill that you didn't have for a long time, which is finishing. My biggest gripe with you over the years has been like 0 to 80%, amazing.
That's the case with a lot of creative producers. A lot of people who don't go to like a music college properly or do a proper degree to learn about finishing and stuff just end up want to make more and more and more and more. It's because that final 10% or even that final 1% takes 90% of the time. You know,
it's the Pareto distribution thing.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
I'm fully with you. And I think since we started to outsource a little bit of, like, we got a little bit of help from someone who's just commenting on the mix and who's giving us a bit more of an objective view. It's like your ability to go from, you know, to like round the song off is
which I think is important. We need to, like, the same way that we preview all our stuff for our fans or send to friends or whatever, like we've got a good group of people around us, a good team now to be able to elevate everything.
Yeah, it's sick. We've definitely taken some big steps in terms of just getting closer to the final Phantom product. And I'm bare gassed and I'm bare proud as well, because for a long ass time, like I thought we were never going to get this off the ground because it was just like too much raw ability and not enough like hard work. And I think
there wasn't any structure.
Yeah.
It was like, what are we, like, when are we going to do any of this stuff? Like the lives, for example, or any of the things we do, the pods. If it was, I was thinking about this the other day, if there was only one of us, if it was just solo, you just let weeks and weeks go by, and you just, if you're in a bit of a shit place, it would just be like, right, I'll just start this in a couple of weeks again. And then, I've got other things to prioritize on. Whereas we have created this system where we have to fit into our own schedule, and like we've got deliverables internally, which is sick.
Yeah. The accountability between the three of us.
Exactly, it's the only way we've kept accountable, basically.
Yeah, lit, bro. Lit. It's sick. I'm very pleased. And I do think
it's just going to keep going as well.
Come on. I do think that in anything, whether it's a creative pursuit or it's like a business thing or it's just a career, that talent is obviously important, but hard work, structure, discipline actually outweighs it. So it's like you could have all the talent in the world, but if you don't apply yourself, you're not going to go anywhere. And you could be actually not that talented, but if you graft to no end, you're probably more likely to make it in whatever your chosen field is versus the really talented guy who didn't go anywhere. Like we probably all remember that person who we used to go to school with. There's no one in particular I'm thinking of here, but someone you went to school with who was just like really sick at a particular sport, but just was a bit of a waste man. And it's like, oh, bro, if you had just applied yourself, you could have done this. I kind of look at Laith like that as well, because he used to fucking play for like AFC Wimbledon. Now, I reckon if he really fucking tried, he probably could have gone pro, because he was rapid and he was decently techie, but he just was lazy as fuck. And now look at him. Now he works for Phantom.
It's not something you can teach that, really. You have to have that. Sir Alex Ferguson called it a dynamo.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think at a young age, yeah, it's kind of in you or not. But I think, for example, me and you have rubbed off on each other in different ways, where it's like you've shown me how to like be more creative and go with the flow a bit more and just let good things kind of happen. And I think on the flip side, I've kind of shown you how to be a bit more
rigid.
like rigid and like let's do the boring shit more so.
Yeah.
And that's massively helped us both. And I think if we had never ever met and we never had that appreciation for the way the other person does stuff.
It's the balance of freaky and sensible.
Yeah, exactly. So jokes. Sensible GRAYD. Back again. Freaky MAYFLY on my left. So funny. Okay, sick. Okay, let's get a little bit deeper.
All right, okay.
We're just, it's hotting up, bro. It's hotting up.
I'm nervous.
What do you think is the biggest disagreement we've had around music, let's say, or around one of our songs or something? Because I can remember a jokes moment, which is bare dumb. This happened like in the last 6 months.
Okay.
Do you remember when we were working out the hook for Lament and we were playing it and I was like, it's an F. Yeah, and you were like, it's an E. And I was like, no, it's an F. And that was like, I think.
And eventually you clocked that I was right, and I was like, yeah.
Yeah, that was a low moment for me. So not that one.
Not that one.
Because to be fair, I don't think we've had a huge number.
No, I would argue the same. I think that I can't really think of anything, to be honest. I think that potentially, like you touched on before, our biggest arguments were always to do with you were always much more the proponent of us actually doing this than I was. I always looked at this as like firmly like a plan B or a plan C. And focus on other things first. And that only changed in the last sort of 2 years, really. So I'd say we used to have a few, not disagreements, but a few sort of times where you were trying to win me over, I guess. But I can't really recall any disagreements. I want to think about like a specific, like if we've ever argued about a sonic, or I guess one that comes to mind, which we have disagreed on for a long time, is this song called 1-2, which you always want to come back to, and I always want to just delete it off our laptop.
Yeah.
And that is still lightly in contention for ABP as well, A Bitter Pill, our first album. But that's more just I think that's an abundance mindset thing for me. I think it's like, yeah, it's there and it's written, but we could just spend this weekend and make something much better. That's where I'm always veering towards. And I think that's where we can maybe sometimes see ourselves go down two different paths, is that you are much more like, I'm much more like, let's just do as much as possible and then pick our best bits. That's what I do on the production side. And I think you can afford to do that on the writing side. Yeah. Whereas for you, I feel like it's been a bit more like, but I've written all this. It took ages. I've written it. We've got to use it. Whereas for me, it's like I have uncoupled from that concept a long time ago of everything needs to be used. Some files on my Ableton I worked on for 150 hours or whatever it is. I don't even have any intention of ever bouncing that out or it being a song that we ever make, or it's just all part of it, you know?
Well, I think that's just because now you've reached a level of output which is just insane. But you're producing, like if I was writing as many like verses as you are producing beats, then I probably would also feel like, yeah, fuck it, it's fine. I'll just make like I'll write 3 new verses tomorrow. But it takes me so much longer to write something, and then for me to get a verse to like 70-80% where I'm like happy to perform it on a live takes a decent amount of time sometimes. But then to write a song and finish it with the hooks and the choruses and the verses sharp and every line hits takes fucking ages.
Yeah.
So when we got to the point, like let's say for example on 1-2, where we'd written a verse, there was like a singing bit that I wrote, and then I like wrote a concept verse which was like called back to every track on ABP, and I was
just like, can you just sort that out? And then you do it, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to use it.
Yeah, like I tied all this stuff together, so I was like, okay, cool, I've made like lots of effort to get this over the line. But and I think, as we were saying, how you've influenced me, I feel way better about just being like, yeah, it's fine, it's cool. like that can just go into the ether kind of thing.
Yeah.
One song I do want to bring back though is Nympho, but we should talk about that.
Okay. I mean, that's a tune. I do like that.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, you can like start to just implement it a bit more into like drives, for example. You say like, oh, every time I'm driving, I'll write something. You know what I mean? Just things like that. Like Allegedly, yeah. I had these like self-imposed rules about production, for example. Like I'm not allowed to do a certain thing on a day unless I've done my production, or I've done, do you know what I mean? Or I needed to get those bounces out, or just things like that. These little self-imposed rules.
It's a good way to be. It's a good way to be. All right, let's do one more of these, and then I've got a couple of like jokes ones that we can do, like maybe more quick fire.
Okay.
Do you think that I listen to your advice enough?
Yeah. I feel like you always give me the impression that my words and my advice holds weight. So if I say something, you often will be like, bruv, I've been thinking for the last 24 hours about what you said yesterday, and it's bare true, or like, do you know what I mean? Like what we just went through, or I don't know. I do think for sure. And I'd hope to, same in reverse, I'd hope to think I do as well.
Yeah. I mean, I think musically, sonically, over the years, you definitely have like taken my advice, and it's like you're very quick to, if I'm like, bro, here's a playlist of songs that I like, we should make something like this, you'll be like, cool, well here's three beats in the style of, like, very quickly. So from that perspective, you do take my advice. Over the years, I don't think you've taken my advice in like non-music stuff so much.
Yeah.
But we've come a long way, and you're definitely sicker now, which is good. Yeah. But I think it's like part of the process, and I've done bare dumb shit where you were like, well, we fucking knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
So I guess outside of music, I think we've both got some personal work to do.
but I think we're pretty good now.
Yeah, we're sick now.
Formulated.
Yeah, we're fucking killing it, bruv.
We're human.
Yeah. We've grown and developed over time.
We're adults.
Sick. Okay, cool. Let's do some quick ones now. Would you, if you could choose between the two, would you stay independent forever, complete creative control, maybe less financial success, or would you take a big label deal, lots of money up front, but concede some of the creative control?
Is it a major label?
Yeah. It's like bait as fuck.
Yeah, no, I would want to do the independent. I would want to do the independent and then later on do like because most places now you can essentially do any kind of deal anywhere, you know, and there are these like quote unquote like big corporations which house these distribution labels essentially, and I don't see that as going, it's not the same as signing away all your masters to Island Records, for example.
Yeah, like a 360 on everything.
360 with a Universal versus like an ADA like distribution deal. I think they're different things. Mm-hmm. But I think if you look at someone like Sench or SD Kid, I'm going to use both of those examples. I think SD Kid with Capital signed for like 13 million, something crazy. Sench with Columbia for like 10 million. They're in a big system there. They've signed away their rights, but it's after they've built this huge thing. You're then in a position where you don't have to give up so much creative control. That can be part of your deal, essentially. Like, yeah, you can give us all this money to have our masters and put out our records and do with them what you will, but you're going to give us 13 million pounds.
Yeah, it's mental. It's like, it's about.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, whereas it's peak for these guys who sign a deal and then they're fucked and they're just. I think we're a bit unique because we got older than that bracket. We didn't put out music when we were kids, you know. So these kids who put out this music now and it gets signed to a major, they're indebted to these companies for a long time, and they might not ever be able to release properly again because it doesn't fit with the label's release structure.
Yeah,
you know.
I'm with you. No, that's definitely a very, very good point. And if anybody does want to sign us for like 10 to 15 million,
Yeah, 10 to
we
15
just
mil.
email us.
Yeah. Well,
The glue gets all our emails.
We'd like to keep creative control, but we would like 10 to 15 million pounds.
No problems. I'd get a deal over the line for that.
Yeah, why not?
Thereabouts. All right, some tough ones.
Okay.
Some very tough ones. I won't take any offense. Skill-wise,
Yeah.
musically, who's more talented, me or you?
I don't know. We're completely different, Rev. I couldn't possibly.
I couldn't possibly comment. I think it's way harder for me to do what you do than it would be for you to do what I do.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I guess with yours is more like, it's more like performance chops, which I wouldn't have. Stuff like breath control and like consistency and being able to remember everything. And I think at that point our jobs become very different because I just click play on the space bar. Yeah. But during the writing period, it's like, I don't know, it feels like they're just hard to compare.
Yeah, that's true. It's not like we're both the vocalists and we're like who sings better and you're like,
yeah,
it's
exactly.
You. I just think production is a different beast to songwriting. And if you sat down, gun to your head, and I was like, in 24 hours, you have to fucking perform me a song, you'd do it.
Yeah.
But if someone was like, you have to produce something on Ableton, I would be fucking making Birth and Pad and these shit songs from back in the day. Although, having sat with you for a while, I think I could maybe cook something.
We will do this at some point because we keep talking about it, but it would be good if we did a whole live, which was just the reverse. We'll do it in a MAYFLY and glue or something.
Yeah, that would be sick.
Where you produce it and I write the bars.
Yeah.
In the style of each other.
Yeah, that's sick. MAYFLY type beat.
Yeah.
All right, sick. If we split today, and it's like, cool, no more Phantom, and then you went off solo as a producer and I went off solo as an artist, who do you think would have an easier run at like being successful in the game?
Oh, that's really tough. It depends if we linked up with someone else afterwards. Because I think that it would be way tougher for me to build as a producer artist than you as a rapper artist. People know what that is straight away. Whereas for me, it would be like, yeah, you'd be able to do what you've done previously and take other people's beats. Whereas for me, I would either have to lay down loads of my own verses and sing and become the forward-facing artist, or I'd have to find another rapper.
Yeah.
So I reckon straight off the bat, it would be easier for you. Yeah.
Straight off the bat.
Straight off the bat, it would be you. But after a little bit of time, it would be me.
Yeah, I agree. Because I've already kind of done.
I think it would be like this, but then my ceiling would be higher after that, because I'd be forced to become this, like, I'd do loads of singing again and stuff.
Yeah, it'd be sick. I've already had the taste of making songs without you as a producer and like just like ripping beats off YouTube and getting Sugs to like mix them and master them or whatever. So I've kind of got that, but now I find it really, really hard to write to stuff which isn't MAYFLY production, just because it's, for me, it's like the most inspiring, and it's just, I think over time we have developed this like musical connection where you know, you produce probably with me in mind a little bit. When I'm writing, it's like, cool, I'm waiting for the I'm like, bro, I need some bounces, man.
Yeah.
Because I want to write some new stuff. Whereas before I would just play some grime instrumentals off YouTube and just write to them, or I'd write to whoever's song and just go from there. So it's interesting how that's developed over time.
And I think and hope that the way that we operate, that it even subconsciously comes through in the music, doesn't it? It's like there's a level of, it's not just, I always used to call it beats and bars rather than a song. It's not just you writing something and then riding over the top of another beat. It's like a fully formed, like, what's the word? Symbiotic thing.
Yeah, and I think when we've gotten very granular with songs, it's for sure like that. Like, the best example of this is Dark Water, where we wrote and reproduced so much, and then once we had the lyrics, we went back in and we fucking were there for hours, like doing little bits of reverb on little bars and
which we need to do again,
dropouts and things like that. So yeah, I think that's a great example. Okay, really quick, like one-word answers, and then we'll wrap this up.
Cool.
Could be any one, whether it's been released or not. What do you think is the best song we've got?
I think it's Here We Go.
Yeah, I don't know if I disagree. I would definitely put that up there. That's got a really good beats and bars vibe.
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
a sick track. I'd be tempted to say maybe it's MK Ultra. I think when that's done, I think that will be fucking sick.
That's the thing, it's tough to know because some things are more formulated than others. So, like, obviously, as a producer, I'm going to hold them in a higher regard because they just sound more finished.
Yeah, agreed. And I think because I've got like the more big picture in my head, I'm like, yeah, but if this one gets done and we record it because the hook's great and the concept is sick, the writing is good, that'll be better.
MK
All right,
Ultra
sick.
would be a good one. I like Table for Two as well.
Table for Two, sick. That whole project's gonna be nuts.
Yeah, that's going to be good.
Okay, what's your own and then mine worst habit when we're in the studio?
Worst habits in the studio? That's a great question. Have you got one in mind for me?
Perhaps.
I don't know.
I know what my worst habit is. I'll tell you. One time, me and MAYFLY were in the studio, and we were like in the thick of it. And I'm like, MAYFLY, I'm just gonna head out for a couple of hours. I'll be back. You're like, well, what the fuck are you doing? It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. do you remember? Bro, we're like doing stuff right now. So that's probably
That's pretty big. Like in terms of for a studio session, not being there is pretty like important.
Yeah,
it
was ridiculous.
Makes a difference. I don't know. Mine's probably a minor one. Mine's probably I know that you're writing and you're lying on the sofa like writing and you're in your bag and you just get me just pressing play over and over again.
Yeah.
So it's just like I'm working on this tiny phrase for like an hour. It's just like
and I'm like, bro, can you just bounce this out for me, please?
Do you mind if you just do a bounce? I'm like, bro, I'm working.
Yeah, jokes. I can't really think of a terribly that's a jokes one for you.
I can't really think of anything else. I think
We're quite good. We're quite good. I don't hate working with you.
Good. That's great. What a great way to end.
Yeah,
I don't hate working with you either.
Amazing.
Sick.
Love.
Good questions, bro.
Yeah,
I
sick.
like them.
Yeah, banging.
Nice one, guys.